Hello, 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 hello. Welcome J Squad. It's your boy Jay. Yeah, you don't know how the thing go. We are here back for another live stream. We're not 100%, but we're gonna do what we gotta do. You know, I think tonight. Yeah, man. Always happy to see you guys. Always a pleasure, and it's always fun. You know, spending time with you guys on this live stream. Tonight we're gonna be talking about another interesting topic. Yeah. How well do you know your children? How well do you know your own kids? You know, sometimes we have our children and we think we know them, but we don't really know them as much because when they leave the house, it's a total different child. Yeah. So how well do we know the kids? We're gonna talk about that tonight. All right, all right, all right. Waiting for people to pass through. We're waiting for the persons to come in. Know all the thing already. Yeah. We're waiting for our family members to join this live stream. So as soon as you can make it possible, yeah, man, we're there. I'll wait for you. Mm-hmm. You know all we do with thing, right? Mm-hmm. Waiting for the people to pass through. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream. Just touch base. You know, comment in the comment section. Let me know who you are, and remember to like up the like as soon as you pass through. Yeah. Yeah, man. Show the channel some love by liking up the live. Yeah, man. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream. Your boy Jay says is in the building. Thank you for being here. Yeah, man. Thank you, Michael, for being here. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the connections. Also, I'd appreciate the share out if you can share me out. I'd be very grateful for that as well. Yeah, man. I know the background is noisy. I know the background is noisy. I'm making amends to the situation. So, yeah, man. But yeah, what going on with you? What's happening in your area? Let me know. What's happening in your area? Give me a second, guys, and let me just move. Moving into a quieter space. All right. You know how you go when you're in the midst of family and everything. Things have a tendency of just going all over the place. But tell me how your day been, because we have a rich conversation coming up. We're talking about how well you know your children. So this one is for all the parents and potential parents in the house. Yeah, man. All the parents and the potential parents, prospective parents, hopeful parents. We're gonna be educating each other tonight. Once you come over to the Jay Says YouTube channel, it's not about just what about Jay thinks. It's all about a collaborative effort. Whatever information we discuss, we put together and we learn together. And that's what we create. We create an atmosphere of family on this platform. So thank you once again for being here. Always hear them say don't scatter roses until the person gone. We're not scattering no roses tonight, man. Talking up the things then. We'll make everybody know so we love and appreciate them. So we have two people on the live stream so far. Michael says, work home. That's the routine. Bro, when you get into a system, that's how it goes. Work, home. But the greatest thing about it is this: you get your salary and you can take care of other things with that. So, we're still thankful, we're still grateful because there was a time when there was no work and nothing like that. So we give thanks to that. CD, easy double, welcome, bro. Pick up yourself, fam. Tonight we're talking about how well do you know your children? Blessings, Ricky Life. We're talking about how well do we know our children tonight? Because sometimes we think we know them, but we don't really know them. So we'll talk up the things them tonight. No, yeah, man. That's what we're discussing tonight. How well do you know your children? And if there are any parents in the building, feel free to share, man. I want to know your experiences because me I tell you, I have a young one, and boy, if you're not careful, this man running up the wall because he'll keep you on his toes. But at the same time, sometimes you don't even know what gets him going. You know, not really know what going on, but you have to put in your attention, you have to put in the love, you have to understand what they like, what they don't like, what they are into. And for the ones who have older children, get to know your kids' friends, man. Don't make them tell you say, oh, so and so I'm a friend, but you don't know nothing about this friend, you only hear about this friend. We're not playing on secret with the children because what's gonna happen is that they're gonna keep secrets from you and a vital information sometimes we told. Because these friends are sometimes bad influences on your children, and as a result, you see some behavioral patterns start taking place. You start wonder. Easy W. Initially, the statement that I made was for all the parents, prospective parents, and potential parents. So you still have a category, my friend. We're not left out nobody tonight, man. Everybody's taken care of. Cause what you think about it? Easy, you might not be a parent now, but I'm sure maybe in your heart you have the hopes of becoming a parent someday. So that's why we set up the live stream tonight so that guess what now questions can be asked and answered and we learn together. You understand? It's not a one man something. Right, Ricky? We are learning together as a team. And that is the reason why we set up platforms like these. We set up live streams like these so we can reason one with another. Share experience. Suppose my style of dealing with that thing is different from how your style deal with it. And as a result, I say to myself, hey, see? That's a my nice bug right there, so guys. Tua we never feel so well since yesterday, but so things set, right? We're good now. Well, we're getting there. Because him make noise now, so you know as a parent now, you have to read the signs and know say from once he's not as quiet, things will get better. Easy W says, right now, I want my daughter, you know. But boy, the fun is not there at all. Real talk, bro. I like that easy. I love that. But my teacher wants something no easy with me experience. You see, if you sit down and wait for the funds, bro, you're not gonna ever, you're not gonna ever end up getting your family started. What I expected you to hear is that you're ready to get going where that department is concerned. I'm nothing wrong with that, you know. A man can hope to get his family situated. So, more want to hear that. But yeah, man. Because all right, look. Let me use myself as an example, Michael. When when I ended up becoming a father, I don't like somebody plan and say, boy, I told them I'm gonna become a daddy. No, eh. About me did about I end up getting in trouble. Yeah, and it worked out that way. But guess what? Now you learn as you go. So don't follow my bad example. And everybody go and can maneuver and bounce back and be on top of your game. But my duty is not to tell nobody so them can't do it. My job is to tell you, say, hey, you're rough. And yeah, my job is to tell you, say, it rough. And if you are going to do the things to get yourself into that kind of situation, be prepared for the circumstances that may occur. You know? And you're right. No is the best thing. My everything to me, brother. Everything to me. Because children actually, hey Tasha, children actually center you. Children have a tendency to become your center of gravity. I don't know for some people, but I can tell you, for me, my son became my uncle because when he came into my life, things did not go awire. Everything did just in a disarray because I was going through a rough patch, and my son came, and instead of centering my energy around the negatives, now I start getting happy again, and just putting love in the direction of my new one, and it worked out. Eileen, Wagwan, squad boss in the building. You don't know? Yeah, yeah, man. Big up Betty Boo. Always a pleasure having you here. Remember to like up the live, guys, as you enter. So, Betty, tonight or your night, we're talking about big people, something full of you there in the building same time too. And the link is already dropped, so you need no more invitation to come up or know how the thing go. So, tonight we're talking about how well do you know your children? Simple question. How well do you know your children? You think you know them? Do you know everything about your children? You know them? Or you don't know everything, or you're learning as you go. Tonight we're going to talk about that. You know? We're going to talk about that tonight. Fuller, how was your day? Wagwan, my big sister. Oh, God. Fuller, you yell me. Fuller, I feel like a celebrity in a night there. Fuller, you yell me. Pick up yourself. Boy, nearly broke my foot. You see it go? There, Russia come back to the screen and nearly hurt myself. But I'm happy to see 4 people on the live already. Yes, I'm glad for so now. We'll talk up the thing them tonight. Oh, I know. How will you think you know the picnic them? Yeah. Because I can tell you, some of the times, the children who you have at home, when them go street, are one different somebody that's different somebody. It's like them they have a face inside of the house, but as soon as they go outside, you hear a different thing about your child. Now, parents, let me tell you something. A lot of the times we live in denial, Somebody come to your Master Joe. I tell you, your boy is a piece of troublemaker. Him do this and him do that and you cuss the person and say, listen, go on and left my place. You come mix up my good pitney. and we say all manner of things about the person, not realizing that the child is a great pretender. Because I'm in the house with you, you go to church every single Sunday or every Saturday, and he's there with you 24/7. But when they're not in your company, it's a different story. I can tell you, I was one of those children. I never did all that bad, but I took chances. Yeah, man. My mother and my father, they know what to. We take risk. Because pitney a pitney. We take risk. But the thing about it is this though. We don't forget the roots. We always remember where we're coming from. Fuller, I'm inviting you up. Michael, any one of you, the link is already in the comment section. Come upstairs now. We could talk. Let's talk. So Fuller, you can click the link. Tasha, if you're still there, you can click the link. The link is open. I'll accept you as soon as you knock the door. Richie Rich, walk one big fam. How you doing? Watching the Richie Rich says, True talk, Jay. Have seen that happen so many times. Yeah, man, true. Yes, Eileen. True. One them show you one side at home, but like when you get out, totally different pitney. I'll give you a prime example. I'm a teacher and I've been a teacher for so many years. I started teaching. I started teaching with Ministry of Education in 2009. So you know, son, I know a long time that, and I've seen some children were rotten. I mean, rotten, staunch rotten at school. And when a situation occurs and you see parents come in, and you see the nice refined parents that come in for these children, and not just that, you hear the sudden adjustment in the tone of these children. They start speaking different, they start behaving different. You'd never know. So that's here that they get trouble. I've seen it. We see it. We see it so many times. And sometimes it is a shock because you say, boy, you give so much trouble and then good mother and good father you have. You have to ask them sometime. Because you could have never know that some of these children come from a stable home with mother and father. I'm telling you. So that's why we have to ask the question tonight. How well do you really know these children? Are they showing you their real face? Or is it the case where you're rolling with the punches and trying to learn as you go? Because never proclaim as a parent say you know everything, and don't brag and say, oh, I know my children. They will surprise you. They will surprise you. Now, sometimes we also experience, we have a thing called projection. Projection. We try to see the things that we would have wanted to become through our children. And that right there is a big old burden. Because sometimes these children only oblige you in doing the things that you talk so much about or want to do so much that these children only accommodate you so that they're not in a trouble with you. But if you really check the level, them kids here don't like them thing there. I'll give you a perfect example. If my mother up on the live too, she can have me apology, but I did truth. I talk a couple things there. I remember when I was just going to college, just about to go to college. Send out applications all over the place and never get through. But I just come back from Canada at the time too, so you know, good boy did have up his money in little savings and in little something stash away. And I remember my mother said to me, oh, before that, me get accepted to Michael and me get accepted to Edna Manley the same time. Same time. Same date for orientation as well. And I remember my mom said, Michael is a more, what do you call it now? Michael is more of a more recognized school. So therefore, she not pay the school fee of Michael. She not pay the school fee of Edna Manley. She's going to pay it at Michael. Cool, me accept it because I know me I pay the school fee. But the thing about it is this: I had already gone to Edna Manley and paid my hostel fee. So me did have my hostel ready at Edna Manley, and at the same time I had my college education at Michael. Now my dream was to be a musician. Well, I am a musician, but I wanted to be a trained musician. The thing about it is my mother was projecting a will to become a teacher. No, I never did want to become a teacher. I wanted to be a musician and do the whole stage something and the lights and the camera and action. I mean that. I wanted that. But then I lived that life for a period of time. And thank God I regret it because years later I'm still a teacher. But the thing about it is this though. Sometimes it's because of what the parent would have want to see of you. Sorry, which is not always a bad thing. So sometimes they live the life for them that they want to live through you, and you as a child end up adopting it. But maybe if them ask me, maybe if them ask me what I want to become, then that would have been a different conversation. Maybe if they had asked me what I wanted to become, it would have been a different conversation. You know, it would have been a different conversation. But we're thankful. We have our own thing. We're grateful and we're thankful. Don't. So you can ask the questions. Fuller says, golden rule. Guys, like as you enter. Thank you. All right, so Eileen, come up. I'm adding you to the stream. Eileen, walk one.
AJ,
What's up?
um,
Talk to me,
touching
Eileen.
touching base tonight. It's a very, very interesting topic. I really love the topic.
Yes, man. Thank you.
I hear you saying about some children behavioral at school and seeing the parents is a total different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Been a Cub Scout leader for many years, right up to commissioner, assistant district commissioner. So I get the opportunity of working with like from they begin primary school unto when they leave primary school and sometimes into high school. And I can attest to what you are just saying, but when I become a child of God, I realize
Mm-hmm.
some of these children are operating by principalities and powers from
Yes,
different places.
man. Oh, yes, man. That's our
Yes,
next. That's our next cup of tea. When me never even did want to overturn right you know too. Cause hey, it's serious, Eileen.
so sometimes you see some of these children behaving in a some very aggressive manner. It's not that they're not coming from a good home. Yes, they are coming from a good home. Their parents are well off. Yes, they try to please mommy and try to please daddy because the spirit doesn't show up for mommy and daddy to see. The spirit waits until when he has them in the environment that that spirit want to operate in. And so this is why some of these children behave that way. But as a mother, I'm a mother of four and a mother of many. I don't think we as mothers should put to head pan a black and swear for no children, regardless of what I have just said. Because I used to carry children out to camping sometimes, and the mother would say, Miss Price, don't play with him, punish him, X, Y, Z, P, and Q. And when I get to know that child, it's still a different child from what the mother is saying to me or the father is saying to me.
Mm-hmm.
You
It's like
understand?
that parent don't even know how to reach that child.
Exactly.
Mm,
Sometimes we
yeah.
as parents
Thank you for the
don't.
7 people who are here. Light up the light as soon as you enter. We're talking about how well do you know your children tonight. So that's our topic discussion tonight. How well do you know your children? Let's talk about it tonight. Go ahead, Eileen.
Yes, sometimes we as parents we don't even have time for our children. Sometimes we have helpers, sometimes helpers. The helper can be an employee. It can also be your mother, your father, extended family. Some Jamaicans and all extended family. Even your neighbor, you will ask a neighbor, look pan so and so for me. So and by the time we come in,
Yeah.
is either the child asleep or by the time you're ready, a time for the child to go to bed, time I figure school and you have to go work a morning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
Understand?
true.
So you don't get the time to spend with that child as you would want to. Worse if you're a single
True. So there's
parent.
no bonding.
Worse if you're a single parent.
Yeah. There's no bonding with you between you and the child. So
Exact.
it's like the child now sees you as my lunch money provider and and somebody who implement the rules
Yes.
sometimes.
Yes.
Yes, Nicole.
So true.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, man. See you as a person who enforce the rule and pay for them schooling. That's all. They don't have a
And
they don't
then
have a relationship to the point, Eileen, where them run come to you if first if anything go down.
yes,
They don't want to talk to you if there's a problem. They rather talk to stranger
true,
because they feel more comfortable talking to a stranger.
true, true,
Mm.
so true. And sometimes that is why as caregivers, as teachers, as motivators, whoever may be the second person that they have to go to, they sometimes they tend to open up to that person, sometimes they tend to close from that person
Yeah,
because they feel as if they tell us something, you are going to tell mommy or you are going to tell daddy.
yeah,
That's that is one of the things too. As the second guardian, meaning like you and me, we have to let that child trust you, where the child can confide in you.
come on now. You
Because
talk up the things then.
you have some guardian, some second guardian like me and you, the child come and say, Uncle, say, me take away something for mommy, but me afraid to tell her and she a go beat me bad. Your child know the type of beating way more getting about. Still he want to make amends, but he don't know how to go to mommy or daddy if he tell them say
Right,
he do it because he know the chastisement, he know the murderation, he know what go on. Maybe he
right.
a up, regardless of child abuse act. And then you as the person who in confide in no run you don't even wait, You don't even try to say, let me talk to him little and talk to him little and find out if he have when take away.
Yeah,
If me can take it from him and find out if in a way where me can get it back, go put it down and still a counsel him during the course of that time where you do all of that and make him know say, listen, this is wrong. I am not going to tell your mommy and daddy now or whenever, and I'm going to help you, but don't let it happen again. This is wrong. Cause
right.
some of them really don't know right from wrong, Jay.
Somebody just need guidance.
Exactly.
They just need guidance. Somebody only need guidance. And I listen. I can comfortably say it now because it's many years and these people are in their 25s, 26 now. Big people them. Yeah, man, a long time I teach guys. So my students from the high school, they're grown folk now, so I can say it. But a lot of the times them kids here come to me and they're like, sir, I this are going on with me, sir. Say such and such and such. I think I alluded to one particular situation on a live stream some time ago with a young lady who she was having some problems because her mother tell her say she have to so she go look man. And this girl never know what to do. And the girl said she take up this little fellow because he's a helper. And the demands, as we know as adults, are great. And this girl always sleeping when she come to school.
Oh gosh.
always sleeping. So, our question her, because she used to run for my team, my track team, because I was a track and field coach.
Yeah.
So me asked questions. And she was uncomfortable at first to talk to me, but because male teacher asking certain questions. But
Right.
because I was coach and not just coach, but my kids used to call me Daddy J, you know?
Yeah.
So they took me like a father figure. And she said to me, Daddy J, such and such taking place and this me the have to do. And if me not do this, Daddy J, me not know how me I go come to school. And that's what melt me. It
Yeah.
break me.
Yeah.
Because these kids, some of these kids are encountering some things that are far way beyond their age group. Then they're not ready for certain things yet.
True.
And believe me, they have to be exposed to it. And they have to live with it. They have to roll with the punches. So, you don't even have the right to tell a child, say, hey, you have no right to feel depressed. We can't even do that. Because some of them
No.
have to deal with things that are greater than what we deal with as grown adults.
Exactly. 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 And then, you know, I remember a few years back where this video had circulated with this mother went to the school and hit the little girl. I don't know if you remember it.
I think
Um,
so.
somewhere about in St. Mary, and this girl gave her mother a fine thrashing. And everybody was
Yeah, man,
crucified.
yeah, I remember that.
Right. Everybody was crucifying the little girl. Yes, the Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father that thy days may be long. But it go back again and tell you that they should not provoke them to wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, I am not backing the child to flog her mother, but me have tell the mother so the mother did wrong.
Especially with the whole crowd situation. You
That's
cannot
why
if you beat the
that
child in
is
the
why
crowd.
I gave her wrong. That is why I gave her the wrong. No, Jay, even though me and you are big people, but for with days when mother come at school, come beat we and boxing and lick and this and that and we just hang with head and gone and still have to come back at school tomorrow. Them the days are gone long time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because we did have to do it. We never have option and we know some mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
We are now in a what we call it digital what? Digital generation. Every little thing go on Facebook, everything go on yes, everything go on this so the world seeing it. You understand?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Maybe she had a one little Rudy, meaning maybe she all have one little crew where she are the leader in her crew, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And then maybe I had mommy now play the role where she play or
Yeah, yeah.
lower to the mercy of the other family them. Maybe mommy no business whether she want go to school is or no. Maybe mommy just put shelter over her head and that's it. You understand? You have
Yeah,
to be
man.
looking in so much
Fully
different
understand.
areas.
Fully understand. There are so many different variables. No joke. There are so many
Right.
different variables. And as you rightfully say, on the likes of we are back the child. But we as adults, we have to know what our children are capable of, and based on how we grow them, how them would have react in a certain situations. Because the word of God tell we long time, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. We know that. But you see, guess what I joke about it now? No fight time we know cause we are parent, we think said but we big and bad and bold. So we run in pan we pitney and whap 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 in a crowd that name. We get embarrassed.
True.
That child might not think about the circumstances at the time. They're thinking about the emotion that you cause them to experience,
Because
that bad feeling of you disrespecting them in
that
a crowd.
yes, because that can be very damaging within his peers, within our peers, you know.
Right. So instead of them
Hmm.
laughing at her at school, the mother go get the laugh after. And then me take the sacrifice
Exactly.
of just not have no mother again. Because the mother is gonna turn away from her
Yes.
for something like that.
Yes.
But at the time, the little girl, not thinking about that.
Hmm. So I don't think some of us parents know our children as much as we should. I don't
But
think
it, but let me ask you though, what can be done? Hey, blessing simple. What can be done to help parents to know their children better? Simple. The link is in the chats. You can click the link and come upstairs. Simple. Let me go ahead and drop it back. But as I was saying though, for the persons who just came in, there are times when we don't really know our kids, but what can we do? What can we do to really get to know our children?
um one of my suggestion is Jay, make time for your child. Create this
Hmm.
bond between you and your child. All when the world a come down upon you. Not take it out upon the child because the child not have nothing at all to do with it. You have
Mm-hmm.
parents. Listen, oh no bother me car. Me stress. Poor thing them. Rich, I shouldn't say poor thing. Rich things them because they are our reward, right? Then some
Right. Right.
they don't even have a clue what you're saying to them. Some
Yeah, them not done for do with it.
yes,
I know me. I know me. It's not me causing the stress.
no,
I am a part of the stress, of course, because you think about my well-being, but you can't look to take out the stress upon the pitney them. And a
Jason.
lot of the times,
Sometimes
especially our Jamaican parents, have a tendency to take out our stress on the children. And you tell the pitney them all sort of dirty things. A lot of us are like
yes,
that. We say some
yes,
nasty things to the children, and guess what? It resonates with that child because that child now, as a result, will be scarred and now have a sense of resentment and bitterness inside their heart.
exactly.
Now, when you see that child now start disrespecting other people and even disrespecting you if you're not careful, then how can you now go ahead and tell a child, listen, don't speak to me in that tone? But every single time you talk to the pitney, you talk to them in that tone. Don't you think it's worse? I'm laughing, the other day in Eileen, somebody was giving me an example. They said, we have a thing where we said, do as I say, and not do as I say and not what I do.
Right,
But our children we have are smart because they do it the other way around. They don't do what we say, but they always do what we do.
true.
Cause for whipping them, they don't listen to you could have tell them 24 times. They're not listening. They're not gonna listen. So don't do what I say. But if you're a smoker, watch if that pitney chances are if they're not curved the right way, that pitney should take up smoking or hide and try it every now and again.
Yes,
If
yes,
you loud and boisterous and you leave it to chance, you hear your pitney start becoming boisterous and loud and that kind of behavior because they are doing what they see and not what you say.
and they
So we
and
as
they
adults
feel
have to leave
good.
a proper example for them kids here follow.
True. Yeah, it's just like during the Christmas season. The
Uh,
Christmas season. I'm not bashing anybody because I used to wear X-rated clothes, but only good when I was going in different places. That is the past. But I see some dressing for the Christmas season with children walking beside some mothers and some fathers. And I had to shake my head. I said, Lord, what example is this child getting? Is this child getting any example? Any good example? Because couple years from now, you cannot tell that child go and put on some decent clothes.
yeah, tell that child where. Tell him where.
Not.
That child will look at you and ask you. So, what happened to last year, Grand Market, when me and you did
All right.
out at Lucy Town
All
and
right.
dress up?
All right.
Because listen, man, children will challenge you, and them not draw back when they're ready to draw them punches. Because we feel like so them
All
not take record, they take record.
right.
Them take notes, man.
Yeah,
Them
so
take notes.
we have to be careful. Jay, my mother and my father used to have an argument, and I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, Jay. I
yeah.
and I see some people feel as if the child is there. If they not make the pitney know, they not feel good. They not feel like them a argue. They don't feel like as if they can solve that problem without the child knowing that
Yeah.
they are destroying.
Yeah, a better example of that Eileen. Some of them are argue and draw the pitney in it.
Yes,
Till pitney dip them out in an adult conversation. It's
yes,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, you
Serious
know,
something.
the other thing that I get to understand or see or experience is that something went wrong between you and your neighbor, just word per se.
Mm.
And when it go on with both the neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
I talk about the whole of the neighbor past,
You
present,
reload their file.
future, everything. Make the child hear.
Mm.
Try to curtail your mouth.
Yes, and then guess what now? When you do that now, and you reload the neighbor file in front of this child now will have no respect for the neighbor.
No, you get what I'm saying. No
Yeah,
respect
man, them no respect the
ever.
neighbor.
Neither the neighbor husband, or if that the neighbor man, the neighbor wife, they pick them be- because the first thing you must tell him all the things them when your mother say
Right.
about them. You understand? And the same thing comes on to school as well.
Certainly.
The same thing comes to school as well, Jay. Teacher reprimand your child. And this is one of the things why I put on scouting and I pack it up and say, listen, this is for my grandchild and my younger one, or any grandchildren to come after. Because some parents going on with some things, you can't reprimand them child.
Mm-mm,
You
mm-mm.
understand? And if you are going to send your child to me for guidance and I can reprimand the child, I am not abusing your child. I am reprimanding because he has done something wrong. And so I am showing that, listen, this is wrong. And I spoke to you about it one time, two time, three time. I am going to give you your punishment.
All
And
right,
this
maybe
is
a
how
perfect example of that.
you.
Just this week, I had a situation, and a particular child, he did something wrong, and somebody was kind enough to remind me, well, to notify me of something regarding this child, because this child had done something else the year before. Now, when the person reported to the child's guardian, the guardian was, rather than to correct the child about the behavior, the guardian is to do nothing more than to say, I them provoke him, I must them trouble him. And the guardian started reeling out the file of defense. He nah get up and trouble nobody unless a somebody provoke him. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, if she only know who she are deal with, because who she know at home, I know who their school, different somebody. Cause none of the people them where them a say trouble this boy, not trouble him, I trouble everybody.
Right.
This man is a professional head bosser.
Oh.
Yeah, man. The man ain't no fling and miss. And we're talking about him just doing it without you provoking him. If him ask you for something and you decide say and you react, the man there come at you. So
All
we know how
right.
that behavioral pattern go already.
I have an experience with that with my grandson in up by your side here, you know. Him see him father take up a man and drop him and broke him hand. And you know, said the boy come to school, come take up my grandson and lift him up and drop him broke him hand too.
Hmm.
Yeah, see, 'cause
Wow.
they could
Children live what they do. What?
we couldn't even say nothing to the child. We couldn't even say, all right, XYZ, P and Q. We
Mhm.
just have to bear it, spend what we have and what we don't have to get my grandson back on track with him
Right.
hand to do more than one surgery. And that is one of the example his father set for him, and then his father is on the run. And the same way now, him drop my grandson and blocking and hiding away from school.
Mm. Yeah, well, I must say, children live what them learn, don't?
Yeah,
It's a
so
learned behavior, and we as adults now realize that it's the things that we do, them pitney here adapt to. Now, another thing, and before I go into the other point, let me just say good night to Peter and Rima Garden. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for stopping by. Also, special welcome as well to Kefian. You're here with us. Kefian is one of our friends that came over from Facebook when we were streaming on Facebook. She's a very good friend of ours as well. She made the transition to being a part of the J Squad from our Facebook feeds. So we are grateful for you being here tonight as well. Big up yourself, KV. We're glad for you. Right. So this is the other thing. When we say children live what they learn, we have to understand that a child is responsive to any kind of influence that provides guidance. Now, sometimes the guidance is not good, and sometimes it's not bad. So we as parents have to be careful of who grow with Pitney,
true,
who is being allowed to grow our children.
true.
Yeah, example. You come from a volatile community. You always just loose with your kids, and the street start getting involved in the child life. They won't tell him how much I'm caring and tell him say, yo, so this your mother, this your car, this your father, this your car. Them know why you roll with you. I show them know some money that can and then give them all sort of colorful language. And this child gets so excited
Yes,
by the fact that they are now being accepted. That craving for acceptance,
yes,
and they want to fit in so bad that they say, hey, so I'm available for you send out, go do certain things. And the big man now send him go do one little small deed, and then get a taste of the life there. And the big man send him again go do one little thing, and the big man give him a food. The give him a food mentality. And you eat a food until, and for
yes.
all the persons who know street language, until you're big enough and then start sending you upon apps.
The food gets spoiled.
Nah, them start sending you upon apps. And you start run program. Yeah, man, we can
Hmm.
use Jamaican language them because some people don't really understand, but we know some people know what we are talking about. When you go up on apps and you go run program.
Yes,
Yeah. Somebody was giving me a heads up and I tell me say why sometime in regards to program, $30,000 can run a program and it get done. And I was like, wow, that's what
all
happens behind the shadows.
all lesser than that.
Lesser than that. And a deso society there in regards to our children. What are we doing? Are we going to allow a monster like society to grow our children rather than to have a positive influence? Parents, I am saying this to each and every one of you on this live stream. Never be too busy if you grow your picnic. And
Amen.
that's a caution. Me, I want to know. Work is work, yes. And you me understand say you have to work for feed the kids them. Yes, that's fine. But reality is the value of your time is much more valuable than the money where you go carry in.
Yes,
Spend time. Call it in the one side one of them evening. They come play some domino. Come reason with me. Come let me plot up your ear. Come make me go me a river. We are gonna beach. We are gonna drive out.
But Jay, if you
We
find
are
out
go, we are
if you find out that the child like dancing, dance with him in the most they David dance as a child of God. Some Christian don't believe in dancing, but
that
me
our whole another live stream you talk about cause some of we as Christian we too stuck up. I
another
tell you,
listen,
we too stuck up
what
and me can tell you as a pastor son,
it's true.
a lot of the
Whenever
times we because we are so restricted when we do get a little freedom we're rotten.
ah
We can tell you.
ah
I mean that me tell you about I myself me just tell you about
but it's true. I have the experience. Listen, if you're even a Christian, if a child likes to dance, and you find yourself with the woman on Saturday, and you don't clean up, you don't do it. If I
switch on the
even
music.
if I even gospel music as a Christian, put you on and hear your child dance. You understand, Jade? This is where
Mm.
now you are going to see the type of dancing that your child is doing.
Yeah,
Because
and I mean, and even if my child want it, even if my child want to dance, I express themselves. Me, I left them then dance to the music and enjoy themselves.
yes,
It's done in the constraints of my house.
you understand.
You
So
understand? Dance and
these
enjoy yourself, man.
these little things, and I like you go give them the whole day. Yes, they might require the whole day, but at the time when you have the little 15 minutes and the little 20 minutes, logging in at their memory of
Yes.
how mommy used to dance with me. Mommy a cook and me and him a dance, or mommy a wash and me and him a singer. Mommy a this and me a that round the sun. Mommy a call me for this or sometimes say sometimes then give them parents so much trouble. It's not the trouble they want to give you.
Right.
They just want to feel the parents around them. They just want to hear.
All right.
They just
Again.
want to hear mommy and say, behave yourself. Stop that. Not that honestly, it's not the trouble they really want to give up because they don't see you so often. They feel like they can use that to get your
Grab the
attention.
attention.
Yeah.
I hope the parents on the live stream tonight are taking notes. I hope that we are taking notes as well as we are storing up our questions and getting ready to share. I hope that we are willing to participate in the narrative that we are talking about tonight. Also, the comment section is open. Drop your questions in there, to man. If you don't have questions and you have a statement, drop in your statement. Let's hear how you feel about knowing your children and child rearing in this day and age. Let us know your valued opinion in regards to that topic. Also, if you want to come up like Eileen upstairs and share your 2 cents, then you can also click the link that is pinned in the comment section and you can jump upstairs and we can have a little talk. Okay? 4 of us are on the live stream right now. So we are in good company. J Squad. So you're more than welcome to come over and come all a reason one with another. Tell us about how you feel about the whole idea of knowing your children. Give us some tips also if you have tips. How can you get to know your children? I know some people that are in the comment section personally who do some creative things. There are some best practices that they do, and I lift my hats off to them. One particular best practice I've discovered from one of the persons in the comment section, or even now, is that she takes her daughter on dates. She takes out her little daughter on dates.
Amen.
You to
Amen.
say,
Amen. I
it's,
does that too.
yeah, she take her out on dates,
Yes.
and not just that, but she uses the opportunity when she takes her out on dates and say, "Hey, someday you're gonna meet boys, and boys are gonna want to take you out on dates.
Yeah.
Don't settle for so and so and so." So it's a learning experience. So they're bonding from now and having conversation about things that will pop up in the future. You
Right.
know,
And
setting a standard.
one of the thing too. As mothers, we must not just leave the girls at home and tell them, I am going shopping. No, don't do that.
Yeah, girl picnic.
They must learn to shop and shop economically and shop wisely because mommy go out and mommy go buy. When them come up, then get up, then just go, then just spend, then just spend, then
And
spend, then
spurge,
spend.
yeah.
And then don't see what them spend for. They don't know. They grow up and they don't know how to manage their money.
Mm.
You understand? Sometimes what I do with Lavanille, I take Lavanille to the supermarket. I gave her whether 1,000 or 1,500. I say you do your shopping and let me see the stuff that you would take up and let me do my shopping. So I make her make up a shopping list and me make up my shopping list and I
Right.
make cash ourselves through. And when we come home now, we go through what she buy and what I buy, and I show her where she might go wrong and all these sort of things. So these little things, these are just the simple ways of spending time with the
Yeah,
children.
pretty
Still
creative.
teaching them, you know. Sometimes,
And guys, we can definitely be creative
yeah,
in that department. You can be creative. All right, my son is 4, and I can tell you about him. Whenever he goes to the supermarket with me, just like what you say, he want to take up his own stuff.
yeah,
He wants to pick up his own stuff, and I let him.
of
I do.
course.
I let him.
Hello, good night.
If it all go over my budget, then that's a different thing. Good night, Fuller. If it more go over my budget, then that's a different thing. But at least I make sure, say he's taking up things that he likes. Understand? So you guide them same way from them early stages. Welcome, Fuller, to the live stream. Glad you're
Good
here.
night. Hi, Eileen. Good night. How are you?
You,
When you call Mr. J Love call me out, you love call me out, sir. Eh? Sure. Good
Oh, you
night,
never want
everyone
to
in the
forgive.
chat. Listen, happy Thursday. Oh, see there. Walk on.
Yes.
Okay.
Good night to you. Good night to you. Good night to you, Fuller. And Tasha says in the comment section, I agree wholeheartedly. Yes, of course.
Nice.
You have to teach them thing there
Walk on
from
to the
early.
video. All right. Okay, so going on the topic, you know. What the topic again? Run it by me.
Simple topic. How well do you know your children? Yeah, man, for real. How well
um,
do you know the children?
um, I'm gonna be real
Oh,
honest
and
and real
for a person
transparent.
who and from your perspective as well, Fuller, I was waiting for you to come because I needed something specifically from you. You're a mother of
Okay.
more than one children, right? You're
You know,
one
yes,
children. Me
the
want you to
mother of
touch that
six.
a little bit. Me want you to touch that a little bit because some people believe say the one way how you grow the first one is the same way you have to
No,
follow that blueprint.
can I tell you?
Let's start.
All right, sorry, let me answer the first question. The first question, how well do I know my children? I would say I know my children maybe about 80%. The reason why I say that is because you can never know your child 100%. If somebody said to you that I know my child 100%, they will be absolutely lying. Because children, they
They
do
already get
things
tricked.
every day. They do things every day that would surprise you, right? My putting them in my eye, morning, noon, night, evening, afternoon, supper time, dinner time, every time. And some things when we see them do me, I was like, seriously? And it surprises me. And sometimes I even have conversations. If you guys checked out the live from last week, like I have conversations with my children. You understand what I mean? And sometimes the answers that they give to me, it's mind-boggling. Like I
true,
would never be like,
true,
huh? Like
so
for
true.
instance, I had a prayer. With my kids, we do prayers, right? We hold their hands, and I allow each and every one of them to go around and pray, right? So they pray their own prayer, right? And let me tell you something. When me see I know my kids can pray, but when me hear my kids them go down in a prayer, my open my eye and look on them.
Fuller, Fuller.
Yeah.
I had that I had that similar experience.
Mhm,
Um that so I can attest to what you're saying. The
mhm.
first we my daughter and I, because the other kids are now big and they are now adults. But
Yes.
the baby, the first we read we have our Bible studies.
Mhm.
One particular Bible study night, I said, okay, you're going to open in prayers. And I tell you, Fuller, I know this little girl can say her prayers,
Yeah.
but I never knew this little girl could pray so hard. And she
Mhm.
is like she was covering everybody from the coronavirus.
Mhm.
Let me tell you, she prayed so
All right,
hard till I cried. I
boss.
I literally cried. I had to hug myself. I said I could.
Uh-oh.
And
Guys, we seem to have lost her
oh,
just
she's coming
now.
back. She's
Because
coming
if we
back.
can
She's
talk
here.
and
No, and let me tell you, it. I never knew it was there.
right, right.
I never
Uh,
knew it was.
all right. Then let me show you one surprise on me get the other night similar to that. Oh, and welcome to the five people who are on the live right now. Thank you for passing through. I appreciate you for being here. Tonight we're discussing the topic, how well do you know your children, right? So we're trying to find,
Mhm.
reasoning about how well we know them. We're getting tips and we're sharing tips and we're talking as parents and prospective parents as well. No, Fuller, the other day I wasn't
Mhm.
feeling well.
Mhm.
And this little boy decides him just want attention. And I was there and we just couldn't give him the attention we did need.
Yeah.
And out of the blue, me just see the boy just lay hands on me head and just start pray and say, hey, my son not talk very clearly.
Mhm.
And him
Mhm.
say, Jesus, daddy is not feeling well. Yes, Papa. Yes, I see it. Jesus, daddy is not feeling well. Cover daddy now in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh
Daddy, you
God,
are
Amen.
better.
Mhm.
Amen.
Daddy, you are better. I mean, I tell you, not long after that,
Mhm.
daddy, all right.
Prayers
So I'm
Mhm.
looking at it and I'm saying, listen, if that never in him system, if that was not something that he saw in the
you
household,
couldn't
him
do
couldn't do
it.
that.
Mhm.
So it is not the child's responsibility to learn these things. That we have to show them. As I was saying earlier, Eileen and Fuller, you were probably in the comment section. But as I
Mhm.
was saying, children are quicker to respond to what they see from us than the things that we tell them to
Yes.
do.
Action.
So
Action is to pick it up
so if
quicker.
them see you behave a certain way and you're loose, Fuller, and you're out there and you're just out and stunting and every night is a party night and you're just flossing and
Yeah.
that's what the child is gonna be adapted to. They don't always stay that way, but the curiosity to find out what excites mommy or daddy is going to be there. So they want to know. So they more explore. Same thing with smoking. They more explore.
Definitely.
They
Well,
more
let me tell
highly
you
do it.
something. Let me tell you something that you know, my okay, I have two sons and a daughter here with me, and then with my husband. My husband has two daughters and one son in Jamaica. So the other day I do my shopping online. So I do all my grocery shopping online. And what's so crazy, my youngest son, his name is Carmelo, right? Carmelo, I was like, okay, tell me what we need in a house, right? So the two boys, they responsible will tell me what is not in the home, especially what to do with their snacks and stuff that they everyday stuff that they eat. And what's so crazy is I'm always looking for sales. Like them know me always I'm very frugal. I'm frugal friend, yeah. So my son came to me and said, Mom, how much is X? And I'll say, it's this. He was like, Mom, is it on sale? I was so happy to be on sale. I was like, Mom, that's no. And I told her the price. He said, Mom, no, that's too expensive. There's not a cheaper one. I was like, right, that's what my son. You are my son. And I moved him up. I was say, yeah, you. God is like, it's so crazy because I do it all the time because they see me looking in the circulars and matching the prices and the sales, and I've never noticed that they were actually paying attention, especially him. He's
Right.
actually like paying attention, right? And even with my oldest son, my oldest son will ask like, "Okay, mom, we need X. What's the price rate at this store?" And I never, cause it's like an everyday thing for me. So I'm never like, "Okay, mom." I'm never like in my wildest dream know that they might even pay attention. And I was like, that's dope, though. You know, so it's like
And
kids, and I want to talk to them. If you know, the children, we could have talked to them from now to like, come and not listen to what you say. But they will more
and
take up your actions
right.
rather
I bet
than listen verbally what you're saying.
I'm
And
have to
that's
big up
what that showed me.
Eileen. I have to big up Eileen for something what she said in regards to her daughter. When she give her daughter fear her own money to do the shopping. But
Yeah,
this is
that's
it though,
dope.
Eileen. Sometimes if you challenge her and make she actually tell you what that is necessary for the house. How old is she now,
I
Eileen?
do that too. I
How old is she now?
do. I let her check what and what is needed and make a list.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
no. She's about how old now?
She's 10.
You see there? 10.
Yeah.
So she's at that age
Yeah,
right now.
'cause
So if
my
you have
son's at
them
10 and
little
11.
life skills there.
Yeah.
That that
Mm,
that is another thing, Fuller and Jay. As parents, we need to teach the children their chores to fit their age group.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are modern day parents tends to don't want to give their children chores to do. Chores is a must for children because that is a way of helping their brain to develop.
Jadam, welcome, my nephew.
You understand?
Yeah, man. All right. Let me see if I can help you. Right this up. Now, not just chores, but chores and tasks.
Yes.
And
Mm-hmm.
and why I say tasks is that a lot of children nowadays do not know how to think critically. What am I saying? You have to
It's
feed them
true.
information.
It's
You have to
true.
feed these children information. Why? They are born in an age where everything is readily accessible in front of them. So they are unable or limited to thinking independently because information is so easy for them to acquire. There might be another reason, but that's my reasoning right there in regards to the information age.
And
Now,
I
watch
back
this.
you up right there, Jay. I back you up
Wait,
right
hold on, Eileen. Now, as a teacher, there's a thing called mental ability where we used to have to do a spitney. I don't know
Yes,
who do
I
common
remember that.
entrance.
there.
The
Mm-hmm.
common entrance,
Yeah.
and we used to have to do mental ability. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
mental ability is enough for we to develop street smarts outside of the street.
True.
Because when we used to do the mental ability something, it asks you some life questions in a some little way where force you to think. So guess what now? When you out there now as a big man or a big woman and you are posed with a situation that is similar, it not take nothing for you to think critically and say, hey, if I do this, then this might be the end result or that might be the result. So you know what? I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna do that. We are able to think that way, but them kids here nowadays they're struggling. And I can tell you now, as a teacher, there's a thing called they don't call it mental ability anymore. But
Critical skill.
yeah, there's a thing in the curriculum now. It's still mental ability, but it's critical thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They
what I'm
call it
saying.
critical thinking nowadays. And with critical thinking, it is a very big, especially in the primary school, it is a very big thing towards your grade to go to high school.
Right.
They've started doing that. If you score big on the critical thinking paper, you're gonna go to good school because that means that you think very well on independently. Now,
Yeah.
the problem what we have now in this day and age is that them pitney here, especially some that I teach, they don't have the ability to think critically. You have to feed them and walk with them and walk with them and walk with them. until them actually say, "Oh, sir, that you didn't mean," or "Miss, that you didn't mean." What happened to
Mm-hmm.
society? What happened? When did society dumb down? It's like I feel like these kids are not, even though they are more exposed to technological things with technology and so on. I think they're not as smart off the books. They're not as smart as somebody who used to have to go in our encyclopedia rather than go up on Google.
Because that's what technology does. Take away
Mm,
their thinking outside of the box and thinking hard enough to solve a problem.
yeah.
Because I remember when I was going to school and I get research, me have to go through this whole heap of encyclopedia, go next door, go borrow this a book,
And if you tell
and go
you,
book
and if you tell you,
source. You understand?
and look how many things it help you, Eileen, with. It helps you also to read. It was such a rare thing when you book up on one of your classmates who can't read.
All right.
But
And
the
I
funny thing
tell
about it
you,
is, the
Messi,
funny thing about it is,
go ahead.
um, with my kids, no, my sons, um, they will ask me a word, or I'll like if they ask me something, I sometimes I purposely use a big word. I know that mom what that mean. I say go look in your dictionary,
Good move,
Yes.
Fuller. Good move, Fuller.
right? I don't because my kids are very intelligent. My kids them are old soul. Some song of me hear them a sing, some song of me I play and them a sing the song them word for word. I said, boy, you know. And people, one of the things that people and see with people, kids nowadays, them just none manners. I just put it out there. Them don't know what manners is. Them just
Yeah.
thinks they young my size, right?
True.
They don't
True.
know. Kids don't. Parents nowadays don't teach children chivalry, right? Um, they don't teach them. I used to when my sons were younger. I took my that's before I had my daughter. I took them on dates. We go up on movie date, we go up on dinner date, and they had to pull out my chair. They had to open the door for me. They had to do that, and I tell them that this is how you court a young lady. Like if you see somebody coming in or out, you open the door because you're a gentleman. This is what you do, right? You explain certain stuff to them. You can
Right.
compound that if you're sitting on that in a 2022, 20, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of parents and I think that the fact that so many children are having children, right? And a lot of the times the parents that are growing some of these children, they them themselves don't know, right? What to do or how to grow up a child. I took parenting classes. People don't know that. But I took parenting classes, right? To know how to deal with conflicts with my children, to know how to properly have conversation, to communicate with my children. You understand what I mean? So, like, I feel as if people would take parenting class, and I am pro parenting class, if people would take the time to even have conversations with their children or even try to learn along with them, it will be a better society. That's just my take on it.
All right, Fuller. Just to point out something. All right.
Mhm.
I wish they me tell us me I fix something on the car. Yesterday, day before yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday. All right. Read this. I was hungry and I went somewhere. I went to a restaurant and I bought some food. And I saw this young lady walk up to the line. She had a young baby, but when you're looking at the girl face, you could have said a lily pitney. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, cool. Them kids here nowadays, them just I get kids early and the Bible talk and yada
Yeah.
yada blah blah blah. When I looked over my
Mm-hmm.
shoulder in the distance, I saw her and the baby to a young gentleman. No, I couldn't make out the young gentleman for the love of me. So, me not looking at nobody's face.
Yeah.
But somehow, while I was standing in the line, I hear the little guy say, "Well, go on, Daddy J."
Mm.
I was taken aback because me know say from me here, Daddy J, I wanna for me. Because that's
Mm-hmm.
what my kids in high school used to call me. And when I
Yeah.
looked, it was one of my babies. Him my father now.
Mm-hmm.
Him having little girl and I'm on. And when I say one of my
Mm-hmm.
babies, I mean say He was in
Yeah, I
grade
understand.
7 when I was about to leave school, when I was about to stop teaching at that school. So him
Yeah.
just left school in our day, yeah. And he's a father now. So these babies, and him still tiny in a body. Me mean him little bit as a youth, same way in a body. Him not
Mm-hmm.
big trapped in man, him still a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, when them little kids here are going to teach a baby here, what is it that they're going to impart to this baby? Because them now have to go learn life for them own in order to raise another life to be prepared for the next generation. And I'm saying it
Jay,
tough.
Jay,
You're rough.
that
Look sticky.
that is one of the things that is destroying society because the generation is too young. Because the,
Daddy?
the generation is too young. The grandmothers are young, the great grandmothers are young,
Mm-hmm.
parents are very young. So you don't have
I
nobody.
mean, if you tell you, Eileen,
Yeah, you don't have nobody teach. All right. So for instance, me and you get a child at 15 and 16 together.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Your mother is a grown woman. My mother is a mature woman as well. So them now as that child as their grandchild, them see how them grow we, and we see how them grow we. So we have an idea of how to grow that child, and so the child would get some good training from them as well. But
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, grandmothers, they are so young. Anybody in the chat, don't bash me. It's just what I'm seeing. Social studies. It's real life. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's my eyes. The grandmother them nowadays, they are so young. They are telling you that them now make no grand pitney and no pitney make them all up themselves. And so them have to continue wear them short shorts and them still young and
Mm-hmm.
no time for no body and them pitney. Lick the pitney and you see if they not have no time for no body and them pitney. Or talk to the pitney and see if they not have no time for no body and them pitney. But for help that to grow that child in a decent and mannerly way, they don't have the time because they are too young. They don't want nobody tie down them foot. And they don't want nobody put them in a long skirt because they're now in a long skirt because X, Y, Z, P, and Q. You understand? I
Yeah.
can remember. I can remember years gone by when a child have a when you could have all like Methuselah you have pitney, you see grandmother come ready to take charge and take care. You understand? Whether you're
Mm-hmm.
married or you're not married, the grandmother come and you ready to take care of what is supposed to happen. So if you don't have no idea about how to take care of the grandmother, they tell us X, Y, Z, P, and Q. Nowadays there is no mature person as grandparents. Everybody young.
But let me say this though, Eileen. Being an individual that I had my first child, got pregnant at the age of 15, had my first child at the age of 16 years old. Um, a lot of times, we don't see that. I had to grow up. Why? Because I was always put in that position as a child to be play the mother when either my grandmother is not there or whatever the case may be. I was always taking care of somebody, right? So when I when I had my child, I knew nothing. Me know when I had my child, and I'm telling you, when them say, "Oh, you need to breastfeed or you need to do this to the child," me I look on them like, "So what you what I want, miss? What are you speaking of?" Cause I don't know. One of them all and I show me breastfeed. Me say, lady, there's nothing coming out. I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. When them say when they say if a change all nappy, me say change what? Oh, I could have been was no, I'm just being honest. When I had my child, listen to me when I say, oh, you need to rub up with cake soap, put it for wash and put it for sun and then put blue, Mr. Mist. What you talking about? Because the way how I was trained, you have to learn to cook and you have to learn and that's how you were able to take care of
Exactly.
child. So me know, me just think say no, you just know how to cook and you keep me take care of boom. Until me go buck my foot and then me have to learn. And then when my grandma said, listen to me, you go trouble not trouble you figure it out. Even though they didn't leave me up to it, but I had to learn. So sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you. You see, when you come on to the whole pregnancy thing, and I know you know that Jay, I'm not really trying to stray off of the topic. I apologize about that. Let me tell you
No
this.
man, no man. Do you think we here to learn? You know,
Love,
we learn to.
love,
We here to learn.
love is a big thing. You me tell us something. People don't understand, our parents don't understand that. You have to love your children. You have to show them love. Right? Come on, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell my business up here. You see, when I went to go find a boyfriend, was because I was not getting no love. All them do are beat me. And I wanted to know what love is. My mother was not here, my mother was overseas. You understand what I mean? And I'm just be so sometimes other times when you see a child go out, especially a girl child, go out to try to find friends or try to find boyfriend or something because they're not getting any love
Fill
at
a gap.
home.
Fill a
Yes.
space.
We have to fill that void.
They don't know.
And that
They
is what
don't
I
know.
was feeling. I was feeling a void. I was feeling a void. Because one in my home there was abuse. There was physical abuse, emotional abuse, and sexual abuse. Right? So I wanted to figure out if there ever saw out there to steer. I wanted something different. I wanted another kiss. I wanted a different flavor of Kool-Aid. Right? Beating don't work for me. Not saying I'm not cook my own day sometime, but not all the time. I do something really, for me to spend full time and just call it a day. You understand? But we have to show our children love. We can't be so consumed with everything. We know life hard. We know life hard. We know things hard. Right? But we have to find time to hug our children. Kiss them and tell them you love them. Tell them you're so smart. I do the things like affirmations with my children.
Um, um, Fuller and Jay,
Hey,
Yeah.
you have
Pastor
some.
C, welcome.
You also have some parents that they are believers and they work right through the week. And right through the week, Sunday they go on church. And guess what they do? Then a reprimand the people say, listen, at church tomorrow, get ready, everybody at that church. You get up, you get ready, you gone to church left a pit them. You left them one week, you know, gone to work, you know. And you got church tomorrow with that Saturday or Sunday. And you gone to church, left them again, all day again. Carry the pit in them galang at church. Pack up everybody if I one shoes or one pants they have. Make them go on a church night. That's how we spend time. If that's the way you spend time, carry them, make them go and go spend time with you too. Now left them a yard them alone after you left them whole week. Saturday come, you left them gone to church. Sunday come, you left them gone to church. Carry them at church with you because if that's the day of time you're going to get to spend time with them, do it. You understand? So me back you when you say we will find time to spend with children. We have to find time to spend with children because there is so much going on with them sometime and we don't have a clue. And when they start to react, then now we say, Lord Jesus, I won't get this trauma, oh this, oh that. And then if somebody says something, you want to kill them because they say XYZ. And it's only simple because we don't spend time to know our child. We don't spend time to even know not even 25% of that child. Can't go church. If a church you have to go. And if you have to go market, can't go market and spend time with them.
Let me tell you something, Eileen, and this is what I went through with my youngest son, I'm called Mello, right? Mello used to, he doesn't care. Mello is a person like him love sharp objects. Him love scissors, him love knife. Every clothes when he buy Mello cut up. Every pants, you see before them the about cut up the ripped jeans them. Mello was the innovator, my love. Mello put some breed of cut in the pants. Every pants. It's one time for we go out now. Can I find a pants for go out that look like somebody got one of them cut up? Right? And I always said that, when he was a child, he was so bad because them always say when they put them of the years old, they look old for the years, they're rude.
Yes.
Oh
So I
yes.
kept saying that, Mello, you're rude, or you're rude, when you're rude, so you're rude. So not knowing that I am, how would you
Planting a
say?
seed.
I
Yeah,
am
yeah.
declaring that over him. I am
Mm-hmm.
declaring that over him. And I'm
Yes, you're
putting him into
planting
his
a
head that
seed.
he's so rude and everything in trouble and him this and him that. And me not knowing at that time that I am fueling the negativity in his mind. So me keep
Yes.
saying that
I did
he's
it too
rude
and
and that
didn't
he's
know.
rude. So nothing around me, just get beaten and so. And I had to learn that. I had to learn that as a parent. And when I start hugging up, I say, Mello, say you don't put them something there, I start kissing him. So I love your son, I love you. I'm going to hug him up, I'm going to kiss him, and I'm going to say gradually, Mr. My son, a change. Because I sat down and I talked to him. I used to talk to both of them, Kavari and Carmelo. Kavari is the oldest one, Melo is the youngest one, right? And I used to say, why I used to why can't I find my words like I used to compare my kids. I compared both my sons. I said, why can't you be good like Kavari? Why you have to be so bad? And me now I realize it is damaging my son mentally,
It's true, I did it too. And didn't
right?
realize
And
I
now with my son, Melo can have some conversation with you where right? Yeah, he said, Mom, I love you, Mom. And yeah, I'm a loop flat. You understand? Because, we have conversation about negativity, about affirmations. Like, I try to have them not to think negatively. You understand? And sometimes, let me tell you some people, don't be afraid to apologize to your children.
I
Come
was
on
just
now.
about to say that. I
Do
was
Mark
just
the
not
things
be
about to
down.
afraid.
say
Let me
that.
tell you something. I
I
may
was
do it
just about
sometimes.
to say
Sometimes me not do it. Sometimes I feel like send me at the parent, but no, we cannot be like that. We cannot tell my business. Yeah? Do not be afraid to
It goes
apologize
a
to your
long way.
children. Because if my mother did apologize to me, even though my mother passed away, I wouldn't sometimes some things I remember about my mother, me cry, and I'm an adult. I am 32 years old. I remember I just wanted my mother to hug me and say, I am sorry. And that would have made me feel so better, but I can't get it because my mother thought that because she was the mother, she don't need to do that. And she never needed to do that.
yeah, because that's all they thought then.
You
That's
understand?
all that's
And we
all
have
they
to
thought.
reward our children. We have to reward our children, right?
True,
We have to reward them when they do
true.
good. You have to tell them, say, Papa, you're going with yourself. Like me just say, Papa, yeah, you're going with yourself. Yeah, I'm my style, lad. But I tell them, if them do somebody, me say, would you like somebody to do that to you? So I try to kind of put them in a situation where you have to think about what if somebody did it to mom? What if somebody did it to my sister? Right?
Yes.
What if somebody did it to me? How would I feel? So I have to put them in a position where they have to think and be like, you know what, say that was messed up. I wouldn't like somebody to do that. You have to think about
Yeah,
them
for
as
real.
human beings, have conversation with them. The whole beating up picnic, it no work. It never worked for me. I'm bad getting, right? So we have to do better as parents. We have to do better as parents. We have to do better as parents.
True.
Because let me tell you something. There's no parental book where say, okay, when they pick the band, this is what you do. Someone we have to figure it out as we go. And a whole heap of mistake we make as parents.
Yes.
Right,
And I tell
right.
myself that I do not want to be the same parent that my mother was to me. I do not want, I know how it feel. I do not want my children to go through that. So we have to break. And people don't understand that bad parenting is generational curse too.
Yes.
Bad
Yes.
parent is also a
Yes.
generational curse. So the grandma
True.
treat the mother bad and the mother have you and the mother treat you bad. What you gonna do? Are you gonna continue the cycle or are you gonna break the cycle?
Sure. You talk
But,
about bigger things and
but
then
some people don't know how to
No,
break
but
this.
the true, Jay, I true, because this is stuff that what I analyze with myself and with my children. You understand what I mean? And people have to
yeah.
understand that if you have multiple children, let me just say this and put this out there. If we have multiple children, what go for Joe, don't go for Simon. There are two
Yeah,
different
yeah.
individuals. You cannot parent the same way you parent Joe. You can't parent Simon the same way. There are
No.
Oh,
two
hold on.
different individuals.
Fuller. Fuller.
Yeah.
Fuller. Take a deep breath, darling. you go hard.
You know, say, what the buckle water, but I'm going to buckle water upon you, Jay. Come here. No, but this is the truth, Jay. It's the truth.
But you're right though, sis. You can't. It's a different way. Oh, you grow one, don't try to grow the other one that way. Because you're getting in trouble doing that. Because what makes the other one tick might not be the same thing that makes the next one tick. You might find
Huh?
that one is a kind-hearted, soft, mild, soft-spoken, natured one, and then the other one is
And
then it's
just
the
bad getting. Just say.
yeah, then it's the menace to the ox the one that leave him alone.
Yeah, the bad getting.
Yeah, no, yeah, laugh, real
And we
talk.
must not compare them because comparison is a sin. So we must not compare them.
Me didn't know that. I will pass me commit. God forgive me.
All of it there is no.
That's true. I don't lie. Listen to me. You have to listen to me. Speak the truth, yeah? And tell for
And
yourself.
speak it ever. Nothing is wrong with speaking the truth. It makes you free.
My grandmother would have said confession is good for the soul.
So I believe in apologizing to children. I had to do it when one of my son becomes adult, when I accept Christ and
Mm-hmm.
start um seek forgiveness. So I find out some things that I did, and the Holy Spirit start to convict me.
Hold on,
One day
guys.
I go and we sat down and we just having conversation about the past. And right there and then I apologized to him. And he said to me, I accept your apology, but did you think I deserve all those things? I said, no, you didn't. You didn't, but I just at the time did not know how to deal with it, and that was the only way I knew how to deal with it. And all my parents was telling me not to deal with it that way. I just continuously to deal with it that way because I was hurting because of his father. And so, because each time he did something, it's like it's him father, him father, him father, him father. And so I was so rebellious at him. And I had was to apologize to him. And it makes both of us a two complete different person. We are now like husbands and wives, yeah? So we have to apologize to our children. So true. And
Yeah, and when you're bold enough, when you're bold enough to apologize to your children, then you have something going on right there.
yeah,
No
yeah.
problem, Fuller. You can always invite your special guest.
Hi, guys. I want to introduce my special guest. This is introduce. Say hi. Hello. Tell me your name. My name's Carmela Rose. You tell me
Yeah,
your
Carmelo, what's
name.
up? What's up,
How are
Mello?
you?
Okay. Hi, Mello. Okay, so the topic is today, how well do you know your children? Because a parent, right? So, and Jay, you guys can ask questions as well. And so I want you to answer the questions, right? Don't answer because me, mother, I know. Answer truthfully, right? Hold on, Ava, it's not your time. Hold on. Okay, Osh. All right. How well do you think I know you? Not your siblings, but just you. Okay. How much percent out of 100 would you say I know you? I would say like 90%. I said 99.9%. You know why? Why? Well, because 0.1%, they don't let me. It's my secret, but I don't want to tell nobody about it. Okay, so I don't know. That's it. So you said 99.9. Yeah. Because you know you have your secret, you don't want anybody to know your secret, right? Yeah.
Right, that's all.
All right. So, how do you think? Ava, hold on. How do you think that us as parents, what advice as a child would you give us as parents and grandparents? Because we have people there listening as well. What advice would you give to them in how to interact with you guys as children? What would you say? What kind of things can they do to build a relationship, to build a bond, with you guys? I don't really. I'm so confused. What do you mean? Kavar, you can answer. Say hello. Say good night.
Hello, good night. My name's Kabara Rose, and I suggest like having a little party with just you and your like child.
Mm-hmm.
Like have like a game night, family only time.
Mm.
Okay.
Like once like every few times a year, like once a month or something like that.
That would help with the bond and stuff like that. So you know, I ask you guys questions, right? I ask you guys questions, and I have conversation with you guys, right? So, do you think that more parents should have one-on-one conversations with their child, or what do you think? Like, we want to know.
Yeah, we do.
I
We
mean,
want to know.
if you have one-on-one questions, like conversations with your child,
Mm-hmm.
if it's like it may pressure them to tell you like the right things and remember them like all at the same time just to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So like try to at least like either ask them on like a like family fun time or whatever,
Okay.
or or you can try to investigate like what they have their mind.
Okay. So, what would you say is
But like,
our?
but wait
Go
though.
ahead. Go ahead.
Let
Go
me
ahead, Jay.
ask,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
like,
Sorry.
Kavari, how do you investigate though? Like, how does a this is Jay, by the way. You met me a few
You remember Jay?
weeks ago,
Yes, I remember you.
right? So I'm saying, like, what kind of tips would you give to parents though in order to investigate? Like, how can we find out? Because you said investigating to find out the things that the kids like, but how
Mhm.
can we do that? Give me some tips.
Uh,
We're
if you
interested
have
to
like
know.
one-on-one like if you have one-on-one conversation,
Mhm.
like use what you know and like do like the same thing or like something similar to what uh they told you, and they might remember what they had to say.
Okay. So, what can us as women? Maybe you didn't understand the question. So he's asking, what can? How do we as parents investigate? So say that something is going on with you, but I don't know that something's going on with you. You're not saying anything to me that indicates that something is wrong with you. But I can see from your demeanor that something is wrong with you. How do I, as your mother, investigate and try to find out what is wrong with you?
My
What
suggestions
suggestions
are
would you give?
like try to give keep a keep a close eye on them and like try to listen to their thoughts. If they
Mm.
don't tell you,
Mhm.
well, like try.
Take your time.
Alright, hold on.
Melo, do you have an answer? How do you think that a mother or a father that's listening, if we don't know that something's wrong with you, you guys are not telling us, but we can physically see in your demeanor that your demeanor has changed and we know that something's wrong with you. What can we do, even though you're not telling us, what can we do to kind of get it out of you guys or kind of investigate what's wrong?
My suggestions actually, my my suggestion is to like make let them ask, let them have time to
Hmm.
try to forget what's
Yeah.
bothering them, and then yeah, those are my suggestions. Like
Okay.
try to make
Solid.
them forget what's bothering them.
So
Mm.
kind of have them take a load off and have a little fun so they be able to open up. That's what you mean?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
agree with
That's,
that,
that's
Marlo?
what he's saying. Yeah, I guess that's what
Okay.
he's saying. And
Okay.
I can relate to that because as I was saying, like there are times when children are going through some stuff and they'll never tell you.
Yes, definitely,
They'll
definitely.
never say it. But
Okay.
but if they have an outlet, you'll find out. You'll find out a lot more than you think you thought you knew.
Okay. So, what kind of suggestions can you give? Because you know we always have family time, we always do stuff together, right? Based on some of the stuff that we do, what are some of the things that you can advise parents that they can do to get
All right.
closer, to have a closer bond
First
with?
things first.
Mm-hmm.
From a parent's perspective, one of the first things you can do is believe your children. Give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Allow them to prove themselves wrong. And let me tell you why I say that though. A lot of the times your child will come to you because of love and respect and tell you the truth. But you don't want to hear that version of the truth. So you hold on to what you perceive the situation might have been about. And most of the times you are wrong because the child already had given you clarity, but you just didn't trust them enough to do the right thing. And
True.
that allows me to segue into even us as adults now.
Mm-hmm.
There are times when our parents don't trust us enough to make choices on our own. You know, they still don't give us that room to make choices, and then you look back at it and you're saying to yourself, "Hey, but you were the one who grew me. So is it a case where you think you didn't do a good job? Is that the case where you, as a parent, might have thought that you didn't do a good job enough? You know what I mean?
Yes, like those.
Yeah,
Okay, come on.
trust me enough to believe that whatever you taught me, I learned it.
Are you gonna apply it?
Yeah. For
All right.
example, Fuller, give me a second. For example, you have your sons. You have two lovely young gentlemen. You know what you have done for them in regards to teaching them to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they go outside of your presence, you cannot be over their shoulder. You have to give them enough room to believe that they're going to do the right thing. They're going to exercise integrity in doing the right thing when nobody's watching. You got to trust them enough.
Yep.
Hmm.
So, Kavari, Carmelo, what advice can you give to us parents that are listening and grandparents on how to, for you mentioned family time. What kind of activities can you suggest?
I mean, it depends. It depends what your son or daughter likes. Like if they like to watching a lot of movies, like watch a few movies every few times, or if they like playing games, like get something to play with them, or like try to like compete compete with them, like
Mm-hmm.
make them a bit competitive over the game.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I suggest.
What do you suggest, man?
All right, I'm telling you, the king is coming.
He
All
said the
right,
king is coming. I'm done.
all right. My suggestions are the same as Kawhi, but movies,
Mm-hmm.
making pick kind of movies they want to watch. If they don't enjoy it, they can just pick another movie out,
Okay.
or they can just or like they can just get play games on whatever games they want to
What
play
about cooking and baking?
or you can make a cake,
Mm-hmm.
brownies, cupcakes, whatever you want to
Cool.
bake.
Life
Yeah,
skills, eh?
try not to pressure them like a lot. Like try like what you said. Try to give them some alone time to like think,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
and they
That's a
might.
valuable point.
I'm not saying they will, but they might.
Get it.
They might tell you what's bothering them if they have enough.
Yeah.
Okay. High five. Y'all
Well,
do well. Thank ya.
that's a good point. Giving them room to think, because that's one of the things that we don't do. If the child is recessive, full of, and the child
Yeah.
is in a little corner by himself, the first impression is get up man, we don't want nobody around me.
Jay,
Daddy.
they say thank you for having them.
Oh, you're most welcome, boys. Always a pleasure having you here.
Good night.
Good night. See you guys
Yeah.
soon. I could say, right, Fuller?
Right, that's
Yeah, see you guys soon. Talk, talk about what business on a live stream, though.
Okay, Ava is getting mad. Let her say her two cents. Go, Ava. Say good night.
Hi.
Hey, Ava, mama.
Say good night.
Good night.
What do you like to do with mommy?
I like hugging mom because she's the when we live in homeschool, I just feel loving my mom.
Uh,
All right, thank you, Ava. Okay, bye, Ava. All right.
so on the seat. So y'all see it though.
Mm-hmm.
Children have a voice, and that's one of the things that I wanted to point out tonight. Also with my specially invited guests, guys. Really, really glad. Hey, Alex, welcome. Wagwan, long time no see. But children have a voice, and we need to listen to them because there are times when these children will speak so loud without using one single word. Their actions are so loud without even exchanging one word. Hey, congratulations on your 502, bro. Almost 1K. Look at you. I like it. Love it. I remember I remember when you were at distance off and you were like, guys, I can't wait to reach 500. So how does it feel to be at 500 now, my brother? All right, that's up. But anyway though, Alex, we're looking at how well do you know your children. I'm not say you're young, Alex, so you don't really have any kids, but like from your vantage point, and you're a young man. I think you're still in your teens, Alex. So we have a teenager in the building. Talk to us. How can we reach a teenager as a parent now? How can we get to know you as a teenager now, being your parent? Because remember, you would have grown up from the little cuddly baby boy what we would have been used to as a parent, and now there's a transition where you're now a teen. How do we now know you based on the things that you are now adapted to, the things where you like, the things where you dislike? Give us as parents some tips. And if you want to come upstairs, Alex, the link is pinned, so you can just jump upstairs real quick.
Yep, yep, yep. Um, tell me why, Jay. Tell me why the boys talking about a YouTube channel.
Everything, tell you why the boys what?
They're ready for their YouTube channel, you know.
Yeah, they are, and do shorts with them. The little tips, like little nuggets where you hear them a drop right here. So make them talk. It didn't have to be pranks and all of them stuff that we see a
Not
lot of
them
people
friends up.
about.
Not like them friends up.
Yeah, substance.
Yeah, for real. I'm gonna definitely. You know what? To be honest with you, before I even get into that, I need to make sure that I am not shorting them their time and so I'm not rushing them. I want to make sure that my schedule permits and to make sure I'm spending quality time. And
True.
that's also what I
And
want
I
to
want you to also ask. I want you to also do me a favor too.
yeah.
Ask them if that's something that they would want to do. Because sometimes we
Oh,
as parents we
they know
impose.
they had a phone and they used to do a lot of videos. I still have some of them in my
I don't
they
know where
used
you're
to film
gone. Full of
themselves.
we heard. We not hear you good anymore.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you sound far. You sound.
I don't know why. And I'm sitting right here. Can you hear me? Is it better?
Mm,
Let me go down and come back up. Let me go down.
yeah, guys. So the realest thing, like a child, we really have to get to know them. We have to know them. There are so many changes that children go through. Hey, welcome back, Tasha. There are so many changes that these kids go through, and we have to learn them as at each stage. Welcome, Alex. So, Alex,
Listening.
you have under 5 minutes to share to know them. We're wrapping up on the 2 hour mark.
All right, so yes, no, repeat because they
You're
kind
gonna
of
tell
mainly.
us. You're gonna tell us your from your perspective as a teenager, how we as a parent can reach you in order to get to know you. Because there are times when you guys reach the teenage stage that there's a disconnect between parent and child. Because you're trying to find yourself now as a teenager, and at the same time in trying to find yourself now, there are certain things where you pull away from in regards to parenting. So like normally you would talk to mommy and daddy about certain things. Now you start wall out and you not say nothing. You just you know. So I want you now to tell us how can we break down that wall now and build back that relationship where we can actually know the evolved version of you as a young man. Leaving from preteen to teen and now young man. Talk to it.
All right, well, you see me change now, but me act childish now, but you see. Anything to me still talk to my parents about it. If me don't feel well, me still talk to them. All if me, you say if all if me at 20 or so, me still go to them and
Mhm.
say something. Me even me other some stay. If anything I'm to me come, me must have them take care of me. So me can just feel like a true me in grade 10 now. Me feel like I'm big. Me not big same way. Me still them look. Me still the
Right.
inner me. Me still them look at age. Me not reach on it.
So what do you suggest to a parent now who don't have that kind of line of communication with their child? What do you suggest? How can that parent now break down that wall and build a kind of vibe with their child that they can reason? Alex?
Hold on.
Yeah, man. Tasha is saying in the comment section, blessings, Alex, and also Fulla is saying hello to you. Fulla, welcome back.
I'm here. Oh my God, did you miss me? Thank you for the
Yeah, I
warm
missed you for
welcome.
like the split second. JD.
You know what?
I want to wake you up with a
I
water
know.
here.
JD, I
Yo,
want to ask you.
where's no, G, where's no? Then
May I
pin
come,
them
may
come
I
back
come,
on
let me
this.
just kill JD. JD, the topic tonight is how well do you know your children? And you catch a penny section side of the thing, JD, because you know it's a wrap up. But that's how it go. I'm glad they're there. You can still come upstairs and share, and I'll allow you to be the person that close off, and then Fulla can give our quotes that she loves to give every week. Yeah. So I was saying, Alex,
You
like,
know, so I love my coach.
yeah, me know that. What kind of tips you that give a parent now, Alex, that you have a disconnect with the child? You don't really have that line of communication like you would have with your parents. What kind of suggestions do you give an adult in order for them to build back that kind of line of communication with the child? What would you
Well,
suggest? Give me some
uh,
tips.
well, now my opinion still, some parents, if them kids come to them and talk to them about things, them are going to run them or say some things. So, my point of view now say, whereas if not try to talk to them with what's and them no
Yeah, break up so bad though, bro. All right. So JD, are you gonna come upstairs? Are you gonna be a part of what we have? Or are you gonna stay down? If you're gonna stay down, then that's fine. And we'll just move straight into Fuller's quotes, and we could call it a wonderful night. All right. We have 5 people still on the live. Very grateful for you to be here. And just want to make you know, discipline is most important, guys. So we said that we're gonna stick to the 2 hours, and we're gonna do that tonight. Everybody tired? I'm exhausted. I've been sick all day. So I'm grateful for the air too. All right.
Mhm.
Wasn't even gonna have a live stream, but I'm here. So we give thanks. Fuller, you have three
Yes.
minutes.
Um, my final thought is always remember that parenting is an everyday learning experience, and trust your children
what if I
to
chip out? Sorry if interrupt, but what if I chip out?
no
Like,
problem.
yeah,
Trust your children to come to you, and make sure you have an openness in with the relationship that you have with them, that they could easily come to you and be vocal with you and be transparent with you, and don't judge them if they come and they say something that is not of your liking. You have to love them regardless, and unconditional love, right?
Yeah.
So that's just my thing. And to tell your son or your daughter, even if you're not a parent, that hug, sometimes a hug and I love you goes a long way.
Yeah, man, a real talk. A hug and a I love you goes a long way. Fuller, pause for a second and let me just make Alex just same
No
final
problem.
thoughts. Alex, just give your final thoughts in regards to getting to know your children, and then we can get back to Fuller with the final quote, and then we call it a night.
Yes, definitely.
well, me not have to say about the part the still. I just the parents are for them thing, Me not have to say about the part there. Cause some parents, them children, I tell them something and them don't want to listen. Them
Right.
just them so say about me say, mommy, me not feel well, no, me no want to go to school. Then I can't they still in a go to school, no.
Mm.
One time, my second time I get it, I didn't want to go to school. Man, I can't shut up, no youth.
Hmm.
All right. So basically, what Alex is saying, listen to the youth. Then you have your children. Don't be afraid to listen to them.
Parents don't want to listen.
Right. Listen to your
They
children.
don't want to listen. So,
Parents,
You see that coming
Parents
to
that have a
500
caution.
subscribers. Oh.
Mhm.
You see that coming to 500 subscribers now. You know, say nobody in my house now do that. And me, I feel on to subscribe every single day.
Yeah,
No,
but
man.
you gotta have that, you know. You gotta have that, Alex. Um, one of the most family don't normally subscribe your channel until you get to way up. I can tell you that. I lived it before I
Yeah,
got to 500. They hardly believe in what you're doing because it's just a waste of
yeah,
time. But we
yeah.
want to just wrap up this thought. So I want to just drive home the thought, as Alex said. Parents, we need to listen to the youth. They have a voice, and whatever they are going through, them are gonna tell you because they value your opinion. They are going to tell you, "Mommy, my head hurt me. Daddy, my tooth hurt me. Daddy, my belly hurt me." Example: my son yesterday, my mother tell me the situation. He came to her and he told her that his tummy was hurting him, and I'm not saying I don't know if she listened, if she took it lightly. I don't know how she reacted. But all I know is that she said shortly after he said his tummy was hurting him, he started throw up. Him start vomit. Now I'm looking at it and I'm saying, this child tell you, same belly hurt him. Enough parents will just say, go one side and go sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that could have been a medical bill for me. You understand? So we have to listen to them parents. We know they are babies sometime, like for me, I have a little baby, but the teens and the bigger ones, them also have a voice as well.
You
And
know
a
about
rude them are
me?
rude to you. They are not being rude to you, they're actually expressing themselves and telling you how they feel. So
Right now,
listen
you
to
know about me most since night. Since time me a stream, me no think when I see me stream that stream earlier. Thinking after 8, after 7 I got 8 me start stream, right? For transfer about for 500. And me I say,
right.
yo, like, the first life I'm gonna do, like me I say, if this a life I'm gonna do, I like 10 person, I go up on the live and then my brother come in now, he come from work, my cousin I say if he end off his stream, me I say, yo, make this something today. Me don't know him in it, I want back of something go on, and the live that go on so good. Cause me that
Mm-hmm.
grow some like that help some people that grow. They say they want pin to get pin link. So I say alright, I pin the link for like a minute or so. I'm gonna pin them and then the man come in the stream and I end up start back up and then the man come in and then
Oh, me understand that. But Alex, we're gonna wrap up
buzz me.
now. We don't want to go over too much, and we already gone 2 minutes in. So I'm gonna allow Fuller to say her final quote, and then we can call it
Yes.
a night. So Fuller, go ahead with your final
Okay.
quote.
Kids are like a mirror. What they see and hear, they do. Be a good reflection
Mm.
for them. Your kids' mental health is more important than their grade.
Mm-hmm. So you
All
hear
right.
that? Kids' mental health is more important than the grades. Parents don't
Yeah.
pressure them. Not pressure them too much. Let them come
Mhm.
into their themselves and grow. Don't pressure them to say, hey, you have to do this and you have to be that. All right.
Okay.
Last one, Fuller, and then we
Yes,
closing on. We don't want to go
definitely.
5 minutes.
No problem. When we choose to be parents, we accept another human being as part of ourselves. And a large part of our emotional selves will stay with that person as long as we live. From that time on, there will be another person on this earth whose orbit around us will affect us as surely as the moon affects the tides and affect us in some ways more deeply than anyone else can. Our
All right.
children are extensions of ourselves.
All right. Right. That's so. So you hear that, guys? Our children is just an extension of
Yeah.
ourselves. So show love to your children, support them, treat them good, listen to them, and for this month, for this week, for this lifetime, they're still your children. So just love on them as often as you can. I trust by tonight you would have found different ways in which you can get to know your children. I trust that tonight's live stream was productive for you and you learned something. Even for those who will be watching this live stream on a rerun, we still are grateful for you. And we want to thank you. and we know that you will learn something from the conversation tonight. God bless you, and thank you once again for making it Jay Says. And as we always say, Jay Says, and we are
Are
out of
out.
here.